Alrighty, good morning everyone. We have a bonus Sunday stream because I haven't been streaming as much lately because I was away. And I thought it'd be fun to do something on the weekend, so here we are. Alright, let's just do this for starters. Hello. Hey Ellen, well met. It's me. The Beats. I guess we basically just have to talk about like what we're doing today. Cause it's kind of just gonna be hanging out, working on random stuff, I think. Probably a lot of jumping around between stuff. So I should set up, there we go. Adjust my backrest. There we go. Yeah, there's a few things that we could potentially work on for armies, just like a tiny couple few things. And then I kind of just want to talk about stuff, and try to figure out what we're doing going forward here. So let's just do maybe this. Could also make another display. I almost feel like it'd be nice to have like a document display. Let's just try this. Let's just duplicate this. Let's see if we ruin everything. This shouldn't be something I'm doing live, but here we are. Now, if I change this, does it change it on the other one? No. Okay, so we can literally... I guess the biggest issue is that I just gotta make sure I'm showing the center of my screen if I do this. But we can do that. And that will be... It might be bad for like this because you can hardly see anything, but it's a lot more you know, apparent what I'm working on. Yeah, you can't see like the stuff way over this way, but and maybe I should make like a separate XL display. I'm still unsure whether I like this better or not. Most people said that this is cooler, but I don't know. So just move this all the way to the bottom. That's my
I'm turning my card
back. Oops, didn't mean to do that. That's just the camera. That's that. Gaming, sure. Oh, I do have a spreadsheet display. Since when? Let's I do want to this doesn't really, I guess this makes sense. This is fine. Okay, cool. Well, now I have different scenes for different stuff. I guess this maybe should be down a smidge so you can see the top of whatever I'm working on. There we go. And I'll just need to pay attention if I'm working on something like down here that everyone sees it. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so Yeah, I've got like 3 little tweaks I need to make for armies. And then I kind of want to just talk about go away. Don't care about you, Gemini. I kind of just want to talk about new stuff. Just for a little bit, and then maybe just go into some stream improvements. I think that's the play. I think that's what we're doing today. We did get a laugh emote. That's done. Look at that. Completing things. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed making the laugh emote. I think that one looks really good. And I kind of want to do more of that, maybe. Because that one turned out so much better than I was expecting, I guess. Look at this guy. How good it looks. That's full screen, is it? It's kind of a little weird, but look at him. Ha ha hee hee. It's still not approved yet, which is annoying. I wish it was, but you know, here we are. But yeah, we'll I can do more of that kind of stuff though, because like I need to do like for all the redeems, I could potentially have an animated thing. I also want to make sure, let me actually redeem something just to see what if I did this right. Let's redeem a hydrate. Redeem. Okay, that's there. I kind of feel like this could be bigger. Like, and maybe here. Let me just delete this. Yes, then go to here. We're just doing some stream stuff, I guess. Paste? Yeah. My my thing's getting a little crowded. Let's do a new folder. And no, that's fine. I eventually I'm gonna have to stop having all the little characters everywhere. Little Luna and whatever. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's charming. Who knows? But eventually it's just gonna be clutter. Let's delete this and then just paste. Actually, these probably could be above on the top there, because like someone subscribes, it'd be nice like even during the transition for that to pop up. Sorry. Just trying to make sure these are all consistent. Kind of just here anyway, just chilling, so it's not like it really matters. I rejected my own hydrate because I didn't do it. Blue posture check. It's a little hard to read there, but I think it's okay. Just because the background's white. I wonder if we can do like a drop shadow over any of that. this? Alerts. Edit alerts. Text. The annoying part is like you can't apply the stuff to like all. You have to like go through each individual thing and do it. We do want to drop shadow. Save changes. Save changes. Save changes. Why is there not? Oh, there it is. Did that not work? That's annoying. We're just kind of here right now. But yeah, it'd be cool to like start making like little we could also do like if you want something red on I wonder if I do this. If we do a new variant, we'll do general settings. Here, we'll show you what I'm doing, because why not? Chat, you can go over here. The idea is at least like, I don't know, 50. How much is 50 bits? I think it's like 50 cents, right? Yeah, so 50 bits, and then we'll have it like be, we want to drop shadow, and we also want, we can do it so, say text alert. What's a cheer message? Oh yeah. Oh, that would say like, oh, I just cheered Powo bits. We don't need to do that. We just need to we want to say whatever they say. That's so loud.
Just cheered 24 bits.
Works for me. Is that the same? Yeah.
Just cheered 34 bits.
Okay, cool. We'll try that. We'll see how it goes. Honestly, though, like, I don't know. BTS bits. Sure, say changes. But yeah, it'd be cool to like make icons for all these. We're just adding drop shadow to everything. It's so annoying you can't just like mass do this, but yeah, it'd be cool to oh, we did all the, okay, I guess I gotta literally, it'd be cool to do like animated things. Oops. Yo, Anonymous, what's up, dude? We've got a sneaky Sunday stream here. Just for the giggles of it. We're just kind of working on random stuff, though. At least currently. How you doing today? I'm thinking more stream improvements, but how much is chilling drawing? Nice, cool. Yeah, I'm thinking more stream improvement stuff today, and then oh hey look, it's us going into infinity. Yeah, just plugging away. Basically the goals for today are maybe a tiny bit of work on armies. There's like 3 things I did. I did a playtest, IRL, and there's like 3 little things that are just like 2 are just like typos, and 1 is kind of just like a wording issue, a weird interaction that needs to be fixed, or just clarified, I guess, rather. And then we can do stream improvements probably. I could play armies by myself, but I don't know if I don't know, it could be fine. What I really need to do, I really need to like start doing more stream. I need to find people who are willing to stream during the day, with me and do whatever. So, that I think would be a good thing to do. Even if that is just doing stuff maybe on weekends and stuff. But yeah, I need to do more live playtests, because I think that's gonna be like maybe a lot of the content going forward, maybe. But we'll see. Because we also need to play Blight. Like, both these games are in a holding pattern until I, you know, basically until I get to the point where we're doing sorry, my brain just stopped working like halfway through that sentence. Basically we're holding until we playtest the game and know what's wrong with it, because right now we just kind of we've done everything else. So but yeah, we could do more like emotes and stuff. We don't really have that many more slots, but we could do some animated emotes. I'm really happy with how the laugh one turned out. I think he looks good. The animation I'm really happy with. So yeah. Always down to playtest, bro. Yeah, cool. I mean, I probably should just start setting stuff up. Yeah, it looks good. I don't know, I think it's fun. It's cute. But yeah, I gotta start setting stuff up. It's mostly on me, right? Like, I just need to do it. But yeah, I'll start putting feelers out there. I guess, yeah, I know you stream, so if you'd want to, we could potentially do a collab there. But yeah. I just need more stream content, right? Because if I'm not working on the game, I've kind of run out of stuff to do. Can always test offline if it's easier. Yeah, I mean, I need to do that too, right? Either, both, right? Part of it's like I need stream content. The other part is like I won't have stream content unless I play test. So it's kind of like it's both, right? But yeah, I just need to start doing that. Though of course there's always like 10,000 things I need to do, because like I also need to work on here, let's go to this thing that I just made so it's easier to view everything. You know, there's always stuff for me to be doing, because I feel like when I'm not working on stream, like, because stream is mostly my time to work on the game, but when I'm not working on like when I'm not on stream, I usually feel like I need to be working on my videos. So I don't know, it's kind of like whatever. But yeah, we also like I said, we could do more emotes and stuff. I do want to be cool to like do stuff with channel points and sub badges, especially sub badges actually, because like I feel like that's an important thing, right? Because people are actually, you know, spending their money on me or spending their Prime on me or whatever, and it feels like that should be something unique. I mean, obviously, you know, not having ads is like pretty huge, but it would be nice to have like at least a slight other, you know, interesting, not even a reward, but like at least some thought put into that. For redeems, I'm honestly like, I almost kind of want to like gamify the stream just a smidge, because like I feel like it'd be cool to have like you know how like some people, like some streams have like like silly things like fishing or just like things going on in the stream. Sometimes I think that's like too much, like it has nothing to do with the stream, and it's kind of like what's happening, this is just like hurting my brain. But I think it would be kind of cool to have maybe a card game that is like part of the stream, and then we can kind of keep theming stuff around that. So like when there's a new follower, rather than it being like a random animation I made forever ago, we have like a card pop up and it has like, you know, interesting stuff. I don't know how this would work at all. I know I can play like videos if someone does something. The cool thing is social stream, the thing I use for all the text we do on stream, like the combined chat. It just had like introduce like a freaking event flow thing, so you can be like, if this message contains whatever, you can like play a OBS scene or play an audio clip or do JavaScript. So we could actually do some cool stuff, I think. We could actually try to have some sort of almost gamified stream, which I think would be kind of interesting. Ooh, that's my neck. But yeah, that's some thoughts I have. I don't know. I'm always like for like trying to make the stream more interesting and more engaging for people. You know. Sorry, Discord notification. Checking it real quick. Sorry. It's nothing important. Classic. Okay. So, what are we doing? Let's do just the tiny few fixes of armies when it's on my brain. Two of them are gonna be instant, and then one other one's maybe a little bit of a conversation on how to word something, right? First one is I just didn't word Butcher right, and it should say gain 2 units for monsters, but gain 1 unit for minions, because now it says 1 or 2 and 2, which, you know, is kind of redundant. I'm watching your stream while I'm streaming. That's what I'm doing. There you go. Hell yeah. Here, I'll pop you up in the background too. We should just start talking to each other while we're streaming. That'd be funny. I have seen the delay would be awful. I'm just gonna have you up in the background here. I'll lurk and I'll take a peek at your art every now and then. Anyone wait, how do I do this? Can I full screen? Wait, no, I can't full screen on here though. Bam, there. Now we're just Adonomus's stream. I am Adonimus now. Anyway, that was fun. There we go. But yeah, cool stuff, dude. I shall lurk. Not sure how the delays work and stuff. It's like a 3-second delay or something like that, I think, standardly. And then like whatever additional delay based on, you know, your internet. But yeah, that's fix 1, literally already done. Also getting the new button that says knock on your stream. Yeah, you click on that and it's like it's like a ask to collaborate button. I'd be curious to see what it actually does, but like how that appears. But yeah, I think it's like you hit the knock and it's like, oh hey, you're asking to collaborate, and then you can like have conjoined chats and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Obviously, it doesn't like do much besides that, but it's kind of interesting. Okay, literally 1 fix already done. Easy peasy. Butcher should say 1 unit, not 2 units. Control Shift 5. Control Shift 5. God of Devotion should have the God symbol. True. That's true and accurate. God of Devotion. I think God is just GD. Is that correct? Index. GD. Yeah, instead of saying God, it's just like GD, and that should pop up the symbol. Bean. You know what I mean? Hell and well met. How you doing today? How beans you? We're just kind of hanging out today. Good to see you. Good to see you too, dude. I'm happy to be here. We're doing a little tiny bit of work on armies just because there's a few things that I needed to switch up that I noticed, and then I don't know what we're doing. Maybe more stream stuff, maybe more animated emotes. Like I said, I was happy with how this guy turned out. So I might do more stuff like that. It does make me want to improve the wave a little bit, like add more body motion to it, but yeah, I'm happy with how the laugh turned out. Feels good. It's very good. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. So yeah, maybe I might want to add more, like, because like one of the things that with the wave, I think that looks weird is like it's just the wave and there's no like body movement. Like there should be like something. Honestly, the Discord like wave to say hi things are like a good example of that, right? Like you can see, oh, they're all the same. There we go. Like they have like a little bit more to it, right? So I might like want to imitate one of those. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because it's a little stiff. It works, but I feel like I could do better, and that's sometimes fun to just try. Unfortunately, yeah, the laugh emote is just not approved yet. I don't know why. But yeah, what are you up to, Bean? How you doing? What's good? Okay. Here's the question of the day. Oops, wrong thing. That was the Luna camera. Just woke up from a nap. Nice. That seems like a good time. It makes sense because you're not like instantly, you know, harassing me. You're just kind of like, I'm sleeping. Just kidding. I don't know. I'm just being a butt. Just had to be a jerk right off the gate. Anyway, Stone Golem. Just trying to wake you up, Bean, you know? I'm just kidding. You're fine. I'm being weird. Okay, so the problem with Stone Golem is this card may be moved to land, structure, or hero zone. It is then considered that card type. Sorry, I missed that. Had to refresh broadcast because lag on my end. I was just being a butt. Don't mind me. I was just saying you weren't being sassy right off the gate, so I could tell you were a little bit sleepy, you know? But yeah, so the problem here is that in theory, if you move the Stone Golem to a structure, you know, we'll just open tabletop, even though it's going to be like 4 seconds of us looking at it. We don't want to open Crab Champions, as much as that might be fun. Oh, right. Right? What is right? What is wrong? Do this. So the problem is, say I have a Stone Golem. They are considered a hero when you place them, but you can move them to any zone. The problem is structures now can be placed without a land. But if you place this guy in the structure zone without a land, in theory, structures are supposed to become be disabled. Which means then he wouldn't be able to move again until you put a land underneath him. I don't really like that interaction. I just want him to be able to be... you know, he should be able to be moved at will. And I don't think that's very clear based on the wording right now. So this card may be moved to either like to land, structure, or hero zone. It is then considered that type of card. It is then considered that type of card, I think, is misleading for that interaction, right? So I think we need to reword that. Oh. So we're gonna do that. We could add an exception, but I feel like that's just gonna be too wordy, right? We really don't want to do many more words than it is already. Okay, so this card may be... Here, we'll be good about swapping between scenes so you can see stuff better. This card may be moved to the land, structure, or hero zone. I think the problem is it is then considered that type of card. We need a different wording there. It is then... like, it could be like it then benefits from... this isn't quite right. It then benefits from... thing... like... benefit from thing... this is not right. Things that affect that card type. That's not quite right. Because it's also getting attacked and whatever, and also things is a dumb word to use there. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little sleepy too, honestly. Need more of my caffeine water. But yeah, I did a play test of armies the other day with my mom, and it was fun. I actually had a lot of fun. The game's feeling a lot more balanced. Everything's feeling pretty good, so that's exciting. But yeah, it's going well. Yeah, had a relaxing day hanging out with mom, going to the pool. The pool is 91 degrees, which is insanely warm. It was like zero shock factor getting in the pool. You just kind of like just walk into it. It wasn't like, oh man, it's cold. It was like, no, it was like you just walk into it. It was good. But yeah, I don't know, I'm feeling good. My new video I'm making good progress on. I'm hoping I can get it done by this weekend, but I've got like 40 more shots to do and then still audio, so that's gonna be a bit of a challenge. Maybe I'll get more work on it done, more work on it done today. Why does that sound wrong? More work on it done. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. For some reason the structure of that sentence sounded wrong. But yeah, no, it was a good day the other day, and you know, today's just starting. It's off to a good start. You know, got my peeps here. That's all I can ask for. I do need to start doing more play testing of armies I was talking about. So I really need to start reaching out to people both on stream and off stream. So I need to do more like collabs basically. Because I need to do like stuff that's, the problem is I can't really do stuff with my friends without doing late streams for like playing armies. Where are the peeps? I actually caught Fig's stream this morning. She's so sweet. Yeah, she's great. I actually caught her at like midnight my time, which I don't know, how late was she streaming then? Dang. Although I don't know what morning is to you, right? Like, what time is it for you right now? Like what, 2 p.m. ish? Am I wrong? 2 or 3, I think. It's 4 in the UK. So it's 11 a.m. here. So it's a what, a 6-hour difference? Wait. No, 7-hour difference. What am I talking about? 11, 12, 1. Sorry, my brain's not working there. Yeah, 7-hour difference. Although Anonymous gave me a different time. Is there more than one time zone in the UK? Or is there... I wake up between 4 and 5 a.m., so quite early. Ah. Do you not sleep much, Bean? Why is that? Oh, yeah. No, I'm being really dumb. Don't mind me. My dyslexic brain can't handle time. It's like, why can't we just have metric time? Who's here? Who here is all for metric time? Okay, so it's a 5-hour difference. Okay, sorry. My brain was just not, couldn't handle that right now. We don't use 24-hour time here for some stupid reason. And then just my brain isn't used to it. He ain't called Sleeper Bean. That's true. Yeah, Anonymous is also streaming right now. Look at that. He's drawing stuff. Just calling him out. In like 4 seconds, that'll be a completely different drawing. Just so you're aware. Either because he's like completely finished it, or it's like you know, he completely finished it and moved on to something else. That's the Anonymous stream experience. I'm trying to think how this works now, though. This is tricky. This card may be moved to the land, structure, or hero zone. It is then considered that type of card. Because, like, we could just, like, add an exception where it says, like structures are not, like, cannot be disabled as structure. Well, ADHD stands for draw. It's true. It's honestly not even, like, that, though. It's just, like, how quickly you draw something that's, like, good. In my humble opinion. It then benefits from things that affect that card type. Well, thanks. You're welcome. That's like, oh, well, that could be a finished product, and then you're like, eh, whatever, and then you go to something else. I'm like, what? God. Like, it could have like an exception where it's like cannot be disabled, or is not disabled as a structure without a land. But that's like incredibly, that's like a lot of words to add. We're already at like almost too many words. This card may be moved. It's because it has like hydrate. Thank you. Water. It's not even really water. It's like an energy water, but it's really just, I don't know. It's weird because it's like, is that just juice? I don't know. Like, I could just add like a, like, cannot be disabled, but how do I fit more words on here? All right, we're asking ChatGPT. Yeah, let's do this. Why does that look weird? I don't know. This is not like the best. Can I hide this? Yeah, okay. Y'all don't need to see all my previous searches. That really isn't better. I guess this is fine. You may move this card is treated as that type. Well, there. This card may be placed in a zone. Well, isn't that zone is treated as the card type? Okay, so that's. I need to add an exception that it is not disabled when placed above a placed as a structure. I'm just brainstorming here. This is probably not going to be helpful whatsoever. You add an exception that's not disabled when placed as a structure. As structures are normally disabled without lands beneath them. I spelled beneath wrong. Spelled structures wrong. Whatever. Your streams simultaneously make me feel cozy and also productive. Well, that's good, I think, hopefully. Maybe this card here is treated as that type. If placed as a structure, it is not disabled without land beneath it. Slightly shorter or more concise. You may move this card to your land structure zone. It becomes that type. As a structure, it remains active even without a land beneath it. This is likely going to be way too long, though, right? Let's just see what it looks like and see how we feel. It's definitely gonna be too long. But let's see what it looks like. It will auto short or like shrink the text to fit, but yeah, it's way too small. Yeah. This may enter the land structure hero zone and is treated as that type if a structure, it isn't disabled without land. It's a good thing. Okay. I'm glad. Hopefully, that might be better. This might actually work. Let's try it again. Yeah, sometimes, that works. It's kind of a little meh looking, but I think instead of if a structure, if or as a structure sounds better to me, but as a structure, it isn't disabled without a land. Thank you, ChatGPT, for your assistance. Yo! Clarence, what's up, dude? Yeah, I agree. I concur. How you doing today? It's been a while. Doing good. What about you, dude? I am doing well. We're kind of just plugging away at random things today. It's a, you know, little extra stream. So kind of just, you know, tweaking a few little things, fixing some stuff. I found out I needed to add an exception to this card because, of course, now it's just not updating. And I just closed something I needed. Oh, it's probably because I didn't leave the box there. Yeah, I figured out that if you place this guy, well, we have a new rule. So if a structure can be placed without a land, but it becomes disabled, and if that's the case, then this card can move around between zones. And then if it goes here and it gets disabled, then it can't move around anymore, and that's not what we want. So, you know, fixing stuff as it is, as it do. Oh, the other thing I didn't do, and it's kind of sad because I reprinted these cards, is I didn't update the minion art. I didn't throw it in here. So let's do that real quick. I get you. Yes, you know how it is. It's a lot of tiny little exceptions that need to be added and little weird rule clarifications that are sometimes like, is that how this is supposed to interact, or is it the other way? But yeah, we're just chilling, probably doing a little bit of this, and then just like little things that need to be done, and then probably working on some stream improvements, potentially talking about maybe future projects. It feels like maybe it's still a little bit off, because, you know, we're still working on stuff, but right now we're kind of at a, there's like a gnat flying around. That really derailed me. But yeah, we're kind of in a holding pattern for working on either of these games, because we just need play testing at this point. Ooh, new projects. Yeah. We'll talk about that in a second. Let me get this this fixed real quick, and then we'll consider some stuff here. Need to fix the endling. You know, we'll just do this. New folder. We'll just make an old folder with.
Runnerbean36.
Yo, Bean! Thank you for gifting a sub to. Sorry, to Clarence. Just in time, we're about to actually hit an ad. Although we'll probably still take a break. I need to stand up. My back is hurting. And it's good for me to take a break. I shouldn't just power through. But you'll at least get to see the stuff as it whatever. You'll get to see the videos as we have our break. Sit properly. I know, I'm trying, okay? Anyway, we're about to hit the break. I will see you guys in approximately 3 minutes. Enjoy the video in the meantime. I'm gonna refill my water as well, so. Get up, walk around, do whatever. Be right back. I'm turning my card-based tabletop role-playing game into a fully fledged deck builder. That's right, a role-playing game like Dungeons & Dragons, but with the deck-building mechanics of something like Slay the Spire. Not only that, but doing so solves a bunch of problems generally experienced in many tabletop RPGs. Hi, I'm Nathan, and this is my sci-fi role-playing game called Soul. Now you might be saying, Nathaniel, you're just making this game into a deck builder because it's popular right now. And to that, I say, you're right. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't hoping that a popular game genre wouldn't help promote my game. But even though that is true, that's not really the reason I decided to make this change. It's actually because it solves a lot of problems in my game. But before I explain why I did it, let's explain what I actually did. To start, I'm going to use an action system similar to version 2 of my game called Concentration. Each point of concentration essentially counts as one action. The exception here is that more powerful cards may cost more than one concentration to use. This is going to be similar to Hearthstone's mana system or Slay the Spire's energy system. A player will start the game with 3 concentration and be allowed to spend it on various cards on their turn. After spending it, their concentration will regenerate when it becomes their turn again. As for the cards themselves, there are 3 different types of playable cards. Basic actions. These cards allow you to perform a simple action, mainly one of your equipped items, such as a weapon to attack an enemy. As a note here, there will be an inventory system where you have separate cards equipped, but that's for another video. Physical abilities. Generally, these are things that can be done within human means, or alien means, or whatever. Something like the Knight's Cleave ability, which makes a sweep attack hitting multiple enemies, or the Medic's First Aid ability, which allows them to heal a target even when it's not on their turn. And lastly, nano abilities. I won't kid myself, this is basically a magic system under the guise of technology. This allows a character to perform actions and go beyond what's normally possible, such as Medic being able to use mass healing, which allows them to heal allies in an area. This also helps to explain older abilities like the DJ Scale ability, which allows you to change the size of other characters' abilities. A player will choose an assortment of these cards from a class or multiple classes to build a deck. Once they have their deck, they can use these abilities in-game, especially during combat. Once combat begins, a player will draw 6 cards and be able to choose what actions to perform by playing these cards and using concentration to do so. Once a card is played, it goes into a discard pile and cannot be played again until their deck is empty. I'm still debating on whether a player's hand refreshes every turn, or if they can retain their cards and draw enough to fill their hand. Playtesting is probably in order to decide which one's best, but let me know what you think. Either way, that's the general premise of the deck building aspect, so let's explain why I actually made this choice. For those of you who play games like Dungeons & Dragons, will likely know this sort of situation. Your party gets into a fight with some enemies, and it gets to your fighter's turn. Your dungeon master asks a fighter what they would like to do, and they say attack one of their enemies with their legendary magic sword. They attack, and then the DM asks what they would like to do with their 3 additional actions. And they simply say they want to attack with their sword again, even though there might be more interesting options that the character might have. This continues until they're out of actions or the enemy is dead. Now, you may blame the fighter for playing the game in an uninteresting or boring way. However, well, they may have other actions at their disposal. Using their legendary sword is likely the most effective option for dealing with enemies. And while it may be true that it isn't the most interesting, you can't really blame them for using their best action they can. We had the exact same issue in Soul, and for that reason we came up with this design philosophy. The mechanics should never encourage a meta or perfect strategy. Players should never be able to repeat an action or a set of actions ad nauseum. And that's where the deck building mechanics come in. At the start of combat, a player will only have 6 cards, likely meaning they won't always be able to perform their best action and have to adapt to what's given to them. Even in the case of attacking with their weapon, they may only have so many basic actions, forcing them to use some sort of other action. Not only is this good for allowing players to have a diversity in actions, but it will also make combat encounters more interesting as a whole. Not only does a player have to overcome their abilities of their enemy, but also adapt to the abilities available to them. Now, this one arguably will have to be tested, but again, you've likely encountered a scenario in other games like D&D where a wizard-type character sits there for 3 minutes digging through their character sheet and trying to find what spell will work in this specific situation. With a limit on the cards, a player will only be able to choose the actions that are in front of them, which should limit their options and allow the game to run a little more smoothly. For our last example, how many times in an RPG have you used an ability on an enemy, or group of enemies, that causes a status effect, like a burn, or poison, or sleep, and have forgotten to apply it each turn, or forgotten which one of your enemies is affected by it? Or how many times has your character yourself been affected by a status effect, and forgotten the next time your turn rolls around? This problem is solved using cards. Look at a game like Slay the Spire. When you're affected by a status, it's shuffled into your deck, and then when you draw that card, it's applied to you. This is exactly how it will work in Soul. Say you're lit on fire. A burn card will be added to your deck, and upon drawing it, you'll take that damage. This way, a player will never forget to apply this status effect when it's on their turn. There may be other ways that these changes help the game, but I just haven't discovered them yet, and I'm excited to see what they may be. Anyway, thanks for watching, and whoa. Hold on, Nathaniel, I hear you say. Didn't you say in your design philosophy video you didn't want a game with heavy mechanics? And isn't a deck builder super mechanically heavy? Not only that, but tabletop RPGs are supposed to allow players to do anything they want. This seems a bit restrictive. And if you are in fact saying that, you would be right. Anyway, thanks for watching, and okay, fine, okay, fine. I'll explain myself. All right. Well, I realize a deck builder is mechanically heavy. At some point, a role-playing game has to be an actual game, like the game part. And I feel in this case, it's worth the risk. It just means I'm gonna have to be even more careful when designing my abilities in such a way to promote roleplay and avoid nitty-gritty mechanics-based abilities. For instance, abilities allow you to draw more cards, or even use abilities for free. While a few abilities like this could be good, allowing players to infinitely draw cards, like a Shiv build in Slay the Spire, might end up being a little bit much. And as for a player not being allowed to do what they
Sorry
want,
about that.
yeah, that's
Took me an
also
extra
true.
second.
However, I like to think of
am
this system
back.
like the options your
watching the
character
full
can
video
come up
pretty
with in
much.
any given moment. That being said, I do have
Never
some
mind.
mechanics planned that circumvent this issue rather
My
than me just using
apologies.
a narrative explanation.
Turned out my cat threw up on the floor, so I gotta make sure she's like okay. She should be fine, but I feel like she's thrown up a little bit more recently. So cats a lot of time just like throw up, and then you're just like, that's normal. But I don't know what she's eating. The timing of that last match, you're good, dude. I was gone longer for sure. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I hope Luna's okay. Yeah, I think she's fine. I have the feeling she's eating something she shouldn't. So yeah. That's my guess. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. Worst case, I take her to the vet. This is not what I meant to do. I updated the Endling art because, if you didn't know, this is the old Endling art. You may notice that it only has 3 legs. So I fixed that. And then also updated the lighting because I thought it looked a little bit weird. And then some of the interactions with the ground looks a little bit better. It's not perfect, but I feel that, yeah. No, yeah, I'll have to make sure she's good. But yeah, I think it looks a little bit better. Just a smidge, but you know, nothing too crazy. But yeah. Anyway, so now we just got to throw this in here. Keep doing this. I have to hit this button first, and then I can throw it in there. Upload. Yes for this image. Sorry, I'm eating a protein bar. What does optimized mean? It's like a little thing that's tracked. I don't know. Weird. Alright. This is done. Wait. I guess we'll write in all these patch notes right away. Just because it makes sense to get all these written as we do it. That way we don't have to do the work later, you know.
Stone Golem. Weird interaction with when, I guess, becoming a land, or sorry, structure. Now, it will not become. How's am I on the right screen? I can do this one. You can see better. You can see my terrible spelling mistakes. Will not become disabled when placed as structure. This probably is. This is just not necessary. There we go. Cool. What else we change? Oh, let's just make a visuals. We'll do art updated to look more good. No. There we go. Whatever. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about, because that's done. I think that's all of the army stuff we needed to do. Besides like going through and maybe cleaning up a few other little things, but for the most part, I think we're good, you know. So yeah, that's that. Again, gotta do playtesting of both these games. That's really all we can do. And there's some other stuff, but it's pretty unimportant, right? Like we will need to do a rule book for Blight of Blackridge, but we need to make sure that the game actually is working before we do that. So, yeah. So, let's talk about like what's next. And this again isn't going to be, this probably won't be for a little ways, but we'll talk about it anyway. Obviously, you know, basically after these two projects, one option is going back to Soul. We kind of just put that on the back burner indefinitely right now. I think part of the problem with that is that I'm not sure what I want with Soul anymore. I have too many ideas and I don't know if they all mesh together. I think that's the biggest problem. In fact, like this probably should be its own category, right? Because I would like to do a TTRPG. I just don't know exactly what that is, what Soul looks like. We already did this. We did another Blackthorn prod video. I say, I'm ready. Let me eat this while you think. So, I guess this is like a subcategory of this. Hello? What was that? Wait, there it is.
Hey, it's Bo. Bo? Hello? Oh, nice. Made it to a stream. Yo, what's up? Are you in our Discord, right? Am I losing my mind? Yeah, you are. And you already did the TTRPG, right? Okay, so, but yes, welcome in. How do you want me to say your name? Oh, T-Bo. Oh, how did I miss? Sorry, my brain was literally not working. T-Bo, right? Tybo? You tell me how to say your name. Are you playing tabletop? I have it open. I was just showing the game a little bit. But yeah, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Yeah, like T and Bo. T-Bo. Gotcha. Yeah, right? Bow and arrow, not bow, right? T-bow. No, T-bow. Gotcha. Just want to make sure. Too dyslexic for my own good, so I'm bad at saying names. Yeah, we're kind of just, it's kind of a chill stream. We're kind of just like jumping around doing random crap. Just because there's just I'm kind of in a weird spot right now. With my games, because really we're at a point where I just need to do play testing, and I just need to start hosting that off stream and on stream, different ones. It's a little awkward for me on stream because a lot of pretty much all my friends are working while I'm you know, while I'm streaming, so it's like I can't really play with them. But yeah, I'll probably start trying to do some offline ones because, no offense to anyone, but I, you know, without knowing a person, I don't want to throw them on stream because there's I've seen that go awry. But you know, with people like I know or trust or whatever, I would definitely do it, on stream. And it's like, you know, once you build, that's to be fair, to be honest. Yeah, we basically, one of my friends used to do some streaming, and you know, he had some just people who were just like, you know, saying slurs and stuff. And it's like, all right, I don't need that. Anyway, so yeah, we're kind of at a point where we need to play test armies. We need to play test Blackridge. You know, we're just kind of at a point where play testing is what needs to happen for both games, which means we don't know anyone who could get banned. No one, not a single person. But yeah, we need to basically play test both the games. But usually, you know, my streams are meant for working on the games, and if I can't work on the games, then, you know, I'm kind of just sitting here doing nothing. But we need to play test them in order to, you know, in order to work on them more. So it's kind of like a weird in-between phase right now where I just kind of need to line some stuff up, which makes it a little more difficult because I can't just like go live and start working on something. I actually have to like set up some sort of event, make sure scheduling works with people. Technically, I can play Armies Against Entropy on my own, but I don't learn as much from doing that, right? I need to like see other people play it and see how they do something, because otherwise I'm just gonna do the same thing over and over and over again. Of course, we could work on stream improvements. I've kind of gone all over this spiel a few times, but you know, there's lots of like art to be made. More emotes, channel point stuff, sub badges, more redeems, all that kind of stuff. One of those thoughts, and this is probably can go in on here somewhere, these are a subcategory, is I did talk about a stream-based TTRPG, but a different thing, or a different thing would just be a stream game that we make. a stream, I don't know how to word this, stream based game. So the idea would be like, you know how like some people have like a fishing game on stream, or like where they like, you know, you exclamation point fish and it does like a little thing and you catch a random thing. I don't really know how it works, honestly. I've seen people have it, but I've never participated. Or like, you know, you do like you spend bits and then it like does something and then you get some sort of reward for it, or that kind of thing. Basically an on-screen game. That could be something we do, especially because you know, some of my software I use just like implemented like a flowchart thing, so you can like build code for stuff. So that could be kind of cool, right? Like it's like, oh, if user enters this into the chat, it plays like a video. And I was thinking of having like little, like basically a card game that's played on stream, right? Is kind of the idea. Yeah, my friend had a Pokemon one. Yeah, exactly. So like that kind of idea, except our own thing, right? Dingus Mortimus. Yo, dude, it's been a while. Yep, would be stupid enough to get banned. Yeah, it would be stupid enough to get banned. What's up, dude? How you been? I feel like it's been a good bit. As if by magic. He has a habit of doing that, just showing up when he's called upon. Yeah, I've been missing some streams. It's all good. I mean, you obviously have a life, you know, but it's good to see you. Yeah. We do miss you, it's true. See, he misses you so much he called you by your name. He missed you so much he's being nice. But yeah, so and like the cool thing we could do if we did have like a on-stream sort of game thing, we could like hold. Where is this? Stock elements? Yeah. Wait, not this one. Well, these are all rendered somewhere else. Don't mind me. It's just gonna take me a second to find this. We could have stuff like why can't I find any of the things I'm trying to find? I do like the 3D cards in my videos. I'm sure most of you know what I'm talking about, but I'm still trying to pull it up anyway. Oh, here it is. Like, we could have... Why is it so laggy? I think it's because it's a transparency file, but... We could have stuff like this, right? Where it's like, cards pop up, do a little spin. We could have cool stuff like that, right? So we could have like an on-stream game, which I think would be kind of cool. I don't know if that's actually a fun idea, but yeah. How you been, Thalamus? How were exams? Y'all done now? Good question. All questions I have as well, if you feel like answering. I do like if you collect a if you like collect a card. I don't know exactly. Yeah, exactly. I don't know like how that works exactly. But I think it would be cool to do, right? So yeah, that's one option, right? That's one option of a thing to do. It'd be cool, right? It'd be nice to like have that be like a just a thing that we do. It's been all right. Exams were not the greatest, but they're done now. Well, I'm glad you don't have to deal with them anymore, at the very least. But yeah. Agreed. Proud of you. Agreed. But yeah, otherwise, projects could include AE the video game. I'm still unsure about this one. Again, I would have to learn coding, and I don't think that's the most interesting stream content is me watching tutorials. So merp. We could expand on the Battleship board game. It is a good game, like the idea of it. I don't know if that necessarily feels like something we need to do though. If you're unfamiliar, this is the Hour board game I made in for Blackthorn Prod. Enter a game jam. This is going to be situational, right? There has to be a board game jam for me to join. So that could be a thing. We just talked about the stream-based game. Proud of you. That makes one of you. That makes two of us. I'm proud of you as well. Unless you're talking about something else. Yeah, TTRPGs. So obviously we could do Soul. Soul's kind of got a lot going on right now. There's like a lot of different mechanics. Part of the thing I'm like worried about with Soul is that I'm making it as a game, but I don't know if it's the game I would want to play, you know? It feels more of like I'm making it for the sake of making it and not necessarily it being something that I'm like, yeah, if I had a TTRPG, this is the game I would play, you know? It's got like a lot of cool stuff going for it. 3, unless you're talking about something else, to be fair. True. Yeah, I mean, exams are not easy, dude. And especially, you know, I'm assuming, you know, within your engineering, I can't remember exactly what degree you say you're going for, but engineering is definitely not easy. I know my brother did engineering for a while, and that was, honestly, I feel like the structure of the schooling system, I don't know how it is by you, but a lot of the time is like, just seems pretty freaking dumb. It's like, oh yeah, you know, everyone's, you know, graded on a curve, and like you're going to fail, like you're going to like get like 2 questions right. It's like, it sounds like your teacher isn't doing their job. I don't know, that's how I feel about that. But yeah, anyway, that's a tangent. I feel like you shouldn't be like, people shouldn't like do poorly on tests just because the teacher is just whatever. But I hear like that story all the time. Wish people with more power felt that way. Yeah. Felt the way you feel. It's just like, it's like, what's the point of that? I never even had to deal with that, honestly, but it's just like, because like I did like a more of a trade school kind of thing almost. It was like a film school, and it was very, very hands-on. Who has more power than you? True. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it's really freaking dumb. Wish people would become teachers because they like teaching, not to fulfill their broken ego by exerting power on students. Yeah, it's pretty dumb. Yeah, I'm sorry you have to deal with that. It's the president, the minister of education. True. So, yeah, I can take on the dean and all, but I'm not that strong. That's funny. Shit. My mother threw a beer over one of my old teachers because he was an egotistical ass who never amount to anything, or who said I'd never amount to anything. Yeah, that's fair. I'm there with your mom, you know. We're gonna let's all get a beer and throw it at your teacher. Yeah, W mom, true. I think Luna's scratching at the door. Hold on. Does this make you feel better, Maximus? Look at this little fluff. Yeah, I guess. A different thing entirely, but thanks anyway. No, I'm just being silly. Mwah. He's just fluffy, you know? Makes me feel better, good. Why are you struggling? Why don't you want to be held? Look at her. Look at her! Look how fluffy she is. Not like I can expect Luna to eat my physics professor. True. But who's to say she can't? I can eat your physics professor though. True. Bean will do it. Don't doubt him. He'll come over there. But yeah. So but yeah, I'm sorry your professor sucked, dude. Don't get discouraged though, because a lot of these people are just whatever. They're like you said, they're more upset with themselves, or you know, they're taking it out on other people, or they're just bad teachers. So what ketchup or mustard with that? True. But yeah, don't feel too bad. You're doing great. And we all here know that you're smart. It's true, I have an appetite for egotistical sheds. Love it. Mustard. We all know that you're smart. If I was a millionaire streamer, I would hire you in my games department. So let's get discouraged and more evaluating whether or not the cost of education is worth the degree I'm going to get. Yeah, I get that. It really depends on your what's it called? You know, what you're doing, right? what you're looking to go into. I don't know. There definitely is like a high emphasis put on getting a degree, but don't let one threatened idiot be your entire perspective. Sweet Sally-miss. Oh man. Yeah, I mean it's true. But I mean, don't worry. I was already unsure beforehand. Yeah, I mean, I don't think like you necessarily need a degree. It can help for sure. It depends on what you're. Don't even know if engineering is what I want to do. Yeah, that's tough. I think I'm lucky in that I've kind of always known that I wanted to do something creative. Granted, I'm not really like, I went to film school and I'm not really doing film, right? But I am doing something film related. You know, streaming and working on videos and all that kind of stuff. So it's like I'm not, you know, on, giant motion pictures or whatever, but it's still which I honestly, I don't know if I ever really wanted to do anyway. I really like the YouTube side of things, so. But yeah, can you take like a year out, think about it, like maybe a summer? Technically I could, but the economy is burning down, so the longer I take, the costlier the degree gets. Yeah, I guess that's fair. My tuition doubled since last year. Damn, that sucks, dude. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's kind of hard to say. Like, I wish I had, some advice, but it is definitely something you kind of gotta like figure out for yourself, right? Because I've definitely seen people, get a degree and do like cool stuff that they want to do, and like I would say certain like disciplines or whatever, certain professions, it's very, very helpful to have that degree, and really just that, not even the degree, but just the knowledge you get along with it, right? Along with the teaching. But I've also seen a lot of people who are just like, I don't need it, or, I quit school to just do something, and that still works out, I don't know. I wish I had better advice, but regardless, I believe in you because you are a very smart person. So I dropped out doing my master's because I chose to follow my heart and do artwork. Took a year out to think of it. I'm not here because you have all the answers. Don't worry about it. I know, but still. Obviously I don't have all the answers, right? But I don't know. I'm just, it's that's why that was doing that. But I think it's, we love you all the same, syllabus. It's not even, it devolves. I think that's the point I'm trying to make, right? We care about you. We hope you're happy here, So anyway. Yeah. All right, back to work. Then we can keep talking about it, but I'm gonna go back to this for half a second. But yeah, for Soul, I just feel like there's a lot of mechanics. I'm not sure it's necessarily the game I want to be making, right? Like, or not to be making, but it feels like I'm not sure it's the game I want to be playing, right? I was thinking of just doing like a standalone TTRPG magic system where it's like, actually, sorry, can you tell how excited I am to see Dingus? I feel like a creep, but I'm genuinely happy to hear from you, LMAO. Honestly, me too. I'm always happy to see you guys. It's been a while. Always happy to see you guys. Pick a number 1 to 18 for me, streamer man. Do you want just a random number? 7 was the first one I thought of. No, it's fine. I don't think you watch me from my window. You don't know that. Oh, yeah. I feel like there was a question that was asked and I was like, I should answer that, and then I didn't. Oh, I think you're asking if I already did the TTRPG thing, which I kind of haven't. Like, I've been working on Soul, but it's not done, right? I mean, technically there is a finished version of Soul, but it's not very good. And then there's the unfinished Soul 3.0, which is kind of just like a jumble of ideas, right? To be honest, I've only heard you talk about cons of working on Soul. What are the upsides? That's fair. I like the card-based format. I think that is cool. I like all the mechanics that I've come up with. I'm just trying to think, like, it's, yeah, I mean, like, I like all the stuff I've come up with. I'm just trying to, like, decide whether that's something that is like the way I play like Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not asking for good things about Soul. I'm asking for the upsides of continuing to work on Soul. Okay. Yeah. Well, I think for one, I think probably, again, there's like stuff like doing content on a tabletop role-playing game in general, I think is probably good for an art review. Heck yeah. Feel free to send that over on like the stream Discord, or I see in your creations you probably already posted something. Heck yeah. All right. Let me finish this question, or like what Maxim was saying, and then we'll take a look at it. I think working on a role-playing game, I think, is probably good for it's good content, right? And then also I think it would be cool to make a role-playing game that I think is, you know, better than the existing systems. That's a 7 you picked. Okay, I'll take a look at it. But yeah, I think I want to make a tabletop role-playing game as something that I would be like, this is like a very good game to, you know, it's better than D&D, which is, you know, a tough ask, right? Because, you know, there's a lot of tabletop role-playing games out there. And D&D isn't necessarily the end-all be-all, but I just want it to be something that is good, right? And which isn't really to answer your question exactly, but I think the thing to do is figure out what the goals of that are, right? What are the goals of making Soul? I need to like step back, reassess everything, I think is the biggest thing I need to do with Soul. And that's kind of what this is here for, right? Because there's a few different things I can do. Let's look at this art real quick. I get what you're talking about. You play D&D, you see the things you don't like / could improve, and want to make something that has those improvements. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. All right, let's look at Goober. A hit card from my DLC pack I've been working on for my game. Hopefully this will force me to not be lazy and release it. I'm assuming that's that's what I should be looking at, right, Clarence? Can I open this? Yeah, the card. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Copy link. Let's just put this in a thing. Actually, maybe I should just open it and. Is there anything specific you want me to? God, it's like. There we go. Anything specific you want me to, look how cute this is. This is a cute little guy. Oh, sorry, it's like not, there we go, full display. I can't zoom out anymore, can I? Can I? There we go, perfect. Is there anything specific you want me to like talk about or to review on, or,
you want to just show it off, I'm cool with any of that, but Boxgoob X. Draw one card and discard. Draw one card and discard. Is this a 2? Me too. Still hiding this ugly face. No, go for it. Love it. Yeah, because like, do you want like any sort of specific advice? Like, because that will be the you know, the biggest thing. I do like that. First of all, I love the art. It's very, very cute. I guess I don't understand. Let's actually just put this in Photoshop. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. That is not what I meant to do. Copy image. Nope, I don't need this open either. This is just gonna make my computer crash because Tabletop Simulator likes to just eat memory for no reason. There we go. Yeah, first of all, love the art. Obviously there is... Oh, was waiting for that. Yeah, it's very, very cute. I'm a fan. Kind of reminds me of one of my old games, honestly. Where's my pen? Okay, here are my thoughts. I'm not sure what this is. Why is this not? Oh, it's because it's the wrong brush. So needs to be bigger. Yeah, this right here, I'm not entirely sure. It looks like... Still hiding his... I'm assuming this is flavor text, right? That's flavor text there. I guess part of it is like, you know, so basically, by the end of the... Sorry. So the game is basically, by the end of the turn, 10 gets close and 30 wins. Okay. So that's the point value. Okay, okay. Gotcha. So the game is basically, by the end of turn 10, gets close to 30 wins. Okay. Gotcha. Is the card effect draw one card, then discard one card? Yeah. So the 2 is just for the closest to the goal. Gotcha. Also yes. Okay. They make it draw one card, then discard another one. Yeah, I think here's what I would do. I would do some sort of separation here, or maybe put this number like up in this corner. Something along those lines, because my brain was like reading this as like draw a card and then draw 2 cards, right? Granted, like I don't know the format of your like game, so it's like that's obviously something you can figure out with the rules and stuff. Draw one card and then discard one card. I recommend making the placement of the score number have a specific separate place. I agree. That's kind of what I was getting at, right? Either, you know, you separate this or you put it up here, or, you know, something along those lines. One thing to keep in mind is like, that sort of relevant information usually is good at the top of the cards. I talked about this in one of my things. Let me, do I even have... It's not really necessarily... Wait, hold on.
Like in how Magic cards have their numbers in the small squares at the bottom right, with flavor text being italic, mana cost having its own bubble, etc. Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, and then like thinking of it like when you fan your cards, right? This doesn't really illustrate it very well. But when you fan your cards, you will see the important, like having important information at the top corner is nice. You don't necessarily have to do that. This is kind of more like the Magic full card art sort of style almost, right? Like you have your image here. I'm assuming this is some sort of indicator. Maybe like the card type or something, like a little evil guy or something. I see his little angry eyebrows, right? So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what that is, but I'm assuming it's card type. You can tell me, but yeah. Things I would do, basically, I would put this in its own box, even if that's like, you know, a big circle around it, or, you know, obviously you can find your style there, right? Or, you know, divider line. That wouldn't look as good, I don't think. Maybe like a 2 here with a circle or something, right? Find a new spot for this. I would make this either, I would definitely put like a line here, and then maybe even, yeah, like italics, or like make this a smaller, right? Make this smaller text, because the problem is this is just like almost just as big as this text, which makes you feel like it's as important, but flavor text isn't nearly as important as this, right? This is the game. This is like extra, right? I like the idea though. I want to have 15 box goofs on the board build. Exactly. So it's a DLC pack, which means if you put in the main game, you can easily add the DLC cards. Nice. Okay. And I'm working on a competitive make your own decks. Okay, cool. I'm gonna eat dinner. Bye, guys and gals. See ya. Yeah, it's Tebow, right? Tebow with eyes instead. You could also put the line before the flavor text begins. You could also put a line, yeah, right, like just like that. Or like, yeah, you could have, you know, whatever, I don't know, something. That's the main idea. Art's great. It's very, very cute. I love it. It's a nice, good style. Like, you know, that's yeah, I mean, I understand what I'm looking at. It's cute. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is just readability of the card format itself. Does that make sense? Is that cool? Are you looking for anything else as far as the review, or does that satisfy you? I love the cute little embarrassed little guy. Yeah, me too. It's so freaking cute. Look at that. I want to draw fan art now. Yeah, it's freaking cute as heck. Yeah, I don't know if I have any like anything to comment on that, right? Like, that's about it. I can send you another one to show you the format. Yeah, sure. I like to see more. Yeah, looks really good. I like it. But yeah, no, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is just the your art's good. Very cute. I feel like it'd be fun to do more like character designs that are more like more unique like that, right? Because a lot of mine are like, you know, generic fantasy stuff for armies, or like Blackridge, I guess, probably has the most unique character design stuff. But it's not, it's, you know, I don't have to design that many cards, so it would be interesting to do something like that. This, it really does, hold on, I gotta show you. This is something I made like forever ago. Me and my friend Kyle, like when I was like very young. And I can never tell you how this game is actually played, but it does give me some reminiscent vibes of this game. Hold on. How do I turn on? I've lost. There we go. So here, we'll yeah. So I had this game, and it's got the, you know, the paper card dealio, right? Some weird characters. There's not even text on the cards. It's just like a power level and like a combat value. It's, you know, basically a not good game, but I don't know where's some other good ones. You can tell which ones like I drew and which ones I don't know. Look at these weird ones and the ones that Kyle drew. Game is all tokens, no effects. Exactly. God, there's so many cards. Oh, I like this one. This one, I guess it's like a battlefield. I don't know how the game even worked. But yeah, gives me reminiscent vibes of that. It's mostly like, you know, the cute art and the let me refocus now. But yeah, love it. Cool stuff. Yeah, wouldn't say it's a good game that I made, but it was fun. Yeah, it's based on a childhood card game. Honestly, isn't that the best way to go? Where is this other goob? It shows a notification. Why is it? Sorry. Let me go back to here. Where did you post it? Why is it not popping up? I see there's a notification, but it's not letting me see where it is. Hello? Oh, there he is. Okay, I just had to... It's so cute. That not work? Copy image. Look how cute it is. So goob. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. The format, just the normal goob, a normal goob versus a box goob X. It's so cute. I love the little swirlies for like the little, I don't know what, cheek blushes or whatever, and then like the little like eye highlights that are kind of like off the eyes. The style's super cute, and the shading's great. I love it. That's my art style. I love it. It's super cute. Two goobs are as strong as one lightly armored goob. True. Sadly, not first edition. Only 3 cents now. Should make a bucket goob so you have a heavily armored goob. I agree with this. Damn, that's really cute. I love that. Nice work. So what's your... Haha, I'm doing that. Yeah, that'd be good. A little bucket on the head. Yeah. That's great. I like that a lot. Yeah, cool stuff. Yeah, I love the little swirlies. Are you planning? So you said that you want to make this as like a expansion pack, and I think you said something about like deck building, or maybe I just made that up. DLC pack, which means you may put in the main game so you can easily take the DLC cards out. Okay, gotcha. So what's your plan for this? Is this something that you want to do like just for you and your friends, or is this kind of like, are you actually trying to you know, are you gonna like digitize this at all or anything? I'm just curious. But yeah, thank you for sharing. The art is super cute. I love your style. It's great. You want to actually sell it online? Okay, yeah. I mean I mean it's freaking adorable as heck. But it was for my friends. Yeah. I mean that's how that works, right? that's how I did like all my old games were that, right? And then now it's you know, I mean, my first game that well, I mean, Soul was sort of that, right? Soul was made for me and my friends. It was made actually as a storytelling platform was the idea of it. We wanted to make a web series, but we didn't have any sort of anything. Can I buy him? Says Maximus on the Discord. I agree. Where can I buy this goob? I need to like heart react. There we go. Yeah, I love it. It's so freaking cute. But yeah, that's kind of how Soul started. It was like, okay, this is something for me and my friends, and then it became, you know, much bigger. Of course, it's slightly dead now, but yeah, thank you for sharing your art. I love it, and yeah, I think that's my only advice is just, you know, try to separate the separate these things a little bit more, like the text in the, sorry, here we go, this text and this, like find a way to make that so it's more divided, right? That would be my my biggest advice, because the art is freaking cute and I don't think you need to change anything about that. It's got a lot of good charm to it. Yeah, hopefully that's helpful. Good work. Thank you for sharing. Separate different information. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just making it as clear as possible, right? The where they're separated is the biggest thing there. Like they're obviously in like separate locations, right? But someone could just read this all as one thing, right? So having like, you know, dividing lines or some sort of, like, I guess for instance, let's pull up one of my cards, right? Is there a card that can attack and gain units? Yeah, Merchant. Right, like all the, like, it can attack is here, it's separated by, you know, a box. You have this here, this is separated by another box, this is separated by another box, right? That's kind of like, that's basically what I'm getting at. It's just like your quote-unquote UI should have, I don't know what the term for that is. Does anyone know? It's like, like, what is the UI of a card called? I know zero about the game mechanics, but I'm all in for the art. Same. Wait, why am I here? For the art, Bean. Flavor box? No. Format? Format's probably right. Card anatomy? Yeah, I guess. You want to make the card different, as difficult to misunderstand as possible. Yeah, layout. Maybe layout's good. But like this box specifically, like the box that has the information on it, right? That's like what I'm wondering what that's called. You're here to mistype my name. That's also true. Did we just miss an ad? Yeah, I just went through an ad completely again. Ugh. Classic. Classic. Good job, Beats. But yeah, Maximus, I probably should just call him Mortimus because no one's gonna understand who I'm talking about. Mortimus, or Dingus, whatever you want to call him. Mortimus sounds better to me. Has like basically what he's saying is exactly what I'm trying to say, right? Just make it as difficult as possible to misunderstand. Because if you didn't have these boxes here, you might like read all this text and then read the bottom text and then be like, why is this? This doesn't make any sense, right? So just keep that in mind. I think, but yeah, I think it looks great. It's super freaking cute. Yeah, good work. Good work. Hopefully that was helpful. Because like the stuff could still be in the same spot, right? It's just it needs some sort of like boxes to make sure that you're not confusing what spot is what. That's all. You don't necessarily have to move the locations of the things, just make it so that the it's not confusing. Anyway, where were we? Not gonna lie, I really thought the goo box made you discard 2, and then the 2 was part of some bigger mechanic. Yeah, that's kind of where I was at too, because I was like, this discard 2 and whatever 2. I was thinking the 2 played into the text, so at first, and then I kind of understood. If I saw more of the cards, yeah, I'd probably understand that as well. But yeah, seems like a good little game. If you get it up and running on a digital thing, let us know. I'm sure we could. If you need a play tester, I'm sure one or all of us would be happy. Anyway. Soul. Indeed. A playtester? Playtesters, you mean? Sure. Both. Either both, you know? So yeah, the biggest thing with Soul is I need to reassess my goals for it, right? Because I think one of the biggest things with like the new version of Soul was like, I need to make a card-based TTRPG and not necessarily focusing on what I wanted in a TTRPG. Yeah, as long as you have enough cards or no maximum amount of players, makes sense. Nice. I've only got 5 of my friends play at once. Yeah. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, it's always fun when you have like a game that can have lots of people. Although at the same time, like usually those games have like a certain point, not your game specifically, but like a lot of games eventually fall apart once you get too many people. There may not be a real maximum, but some games suck with a huge number of players. Exactly what I was saying. Me and Maximus are on the same page today. But yeah, that's kind of why I was like partly tempted to do a standalone TTRPG magic system thing, because a lot of this I've talked about before, but we're kind of just going over it because I want to. I had this like whole mechanic for my D&D campaign, which let you craft magic items and spells and stuff. And the idea would be kind of expand upon that to actually make it a fully fleshed out game system that you could take and put inside any other TTRPG. So I think that could be interesting. I have like a whole spreadsheet, and like basically based on like items you gained, it would have different powers and stuff like that. So that would be the idea for that. 3 to 4 is best number of people for tabletop group game. My game is always chaotic, no matter how many people play. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I mean, some games work well with large numbers of people, right? Especially like the simpler the game, right? And like the faster the game plays, right? Because if it plays too slow, then people will get really bored waiting for their turn. But yeah, that's definitely I totally get that. Yeah, like in theory you could play as many people as you want with armies, but eventually that would just get really, really boring. Or just confusing or whatever, right? Uno would work with 8 people even because it's a single... Wait. Even because it's a single card you play. But you cannot get like 8 people to play Commander or Magic the Gathering. Very true. Yeah. The simpler, the quicker the game is, the better off you are for the for more players. That's why, like, oh god, 8 Commander, yeah, that'd be brutal. I think I played like 5-player. It wasn't Commander, but I can't remember what the format was. I don't really play Magic that much, but my friends did it, and you were like, I can't remember how it worked, but it was okay, but it was like kind of like eh. It was like I can't remember what it's called. I'm not even gonna try, but yeah. But yeah, I want to do like maybe a standalone TTRPG. The other thought is making a TTRPG that's specifically meant for streaming. Where after I make it, it is a better game to play while streaming, right? That's kind of the idea. Mostly because I don't know if you guys agree, but watching like a D&D like podcast or something along those lines, like a stream of D&D, I personally find boring. There's a difference, I think, between watching people play D&D and listening to a story unfold, like listening to an audiobook, right? And I would want to aim for like you're playing a game and it sounds like you're listening to an audiobook, whereas a lot of streams just feel like you're watching people play D&D, which is fine. And some people like that. Like, obviously it works, right? Because like, you know, people like Critical Role and stuff like that. There are only 10 turns. You can only have 3 cards. You place a card, maybe get a combo where you use multiple to get back 3 cards. Example, Bug Boy, blah, blah, blah. Bug Boy card. I'm assuming some got cut off there, but I get what you're talking about. The ability says draw 2 cards. Yeah, right. You just chain cards, but yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, that seems simple enough, right? Watching random D&D sessions is likely to be boring unless people put real effort into making it more entertaining to listen / watch. Yeah, I get it. It has to be like you're listening to a story and not like someone else listening to a story and you're listening from the outside the room. That's my thing, right? And I think there could be like a better system for that, maybe. That could partly just be the players, right? Because like getting table talk and stuff like that, it's like, whatever. But I feel like there could be a better system to help facilitate that rather than like what D&D is doing. And on top of that, because it would be stream based, you could also include stuff like redeems to feel like you are part of the action as well. So like, you could redeem and people could get, I don't know, blessings from the gods or something, right? Make something that fits in the mechanics of a Twitch stream or of redeems or of commands and that kind of stuff. I think that could be cool. Shrug, right? So redeem, drop kick the nearest thing. Oh. You could have character traits based on redeems, like a warrior struggling to control themselves, and the redeems let that force them to do things. Yeah, I mean, like stuff like that. I don't know exactly how all that would work, but that kind of idea, right? I think that would be cool. I've seen it done before. Unforgotten Realms kind of did it. Not to be confused with Forgotten Realms, or U Realms Live. I don't even think you can see it anymore. I think it's all like locked behind a paywall and then everything got destroyed, so you can't even watch it. But they used to have stuff like if you gave a certain number of redeems, like, or a certain number of like donations, they did it donation based, which I think would also make sense, right? To have something donation based, so that way streamers can make money. That's important. But like, yeah, they had like, oh, if you redeem this much stuff, character would get like a weapon or something. Of course, they had like animations and stuff to go along with that. I probably wouldn't go that far. It would be more mechanics based, right? You say fuck it and have chat be a second DM. That could be interesting, right? I mean, obviously they'd only have like so much control because it would have to be through redeems. I think I want like subtle influence though, is probably the way I would want it to work. Like you can do something, but you probably have to do it like either a lot of chat would have to like redeem something in order for it to work. Or like donate or whatever. And then that would cause like something relatively subtle to happen, not like, a dragon appears. Like, no, you don't really want that, right? It'd be more like, you receive a blessing from the gods, You'd have a book with written based ideas with recommended cost, and the streamer decides the true cost from the recommendations. Yeah, I mean, something like that, maybe. Yeah, I mean, something along those lines. I mean, technically you could have it like a guided, like, stream-based, like, system where it's like, chat gets to pick what, like, room they go into next. So it's like, as they're moving through, like a choose your own adventure book, but for stream. But eventually that would get boring because you'd only have a certain number of things that they could do, right? So okay, you could have clerics have chat as their god. That's kind of what I'm thinking, right? Like, I think that would be cool. like your magic powers are based on chat, or you know, that kind of thing, right? And like you maybe could like you could talk to chat as a like so make it like some sort of meta based game, right, where it's like chat is like a god or otherworldly being that you talk to, potentially through like magic and stuff like that. Like chat controls magic. I think it would be like kind of an interesting system, right? And then you somehow make the game narrative based enough that it feels like you're watching a story. I don't know. That's my thought. I think that would be maybe more interesting than Soul as a... It's more in line with what I want to do, right? I think. Granted, I'm not sure I really necessarily want to be like DMing stuff on stream, but maybe I do. I don't know. I think that's mostly my anxiety telling me not to, though, right? It's like, oh yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. It's like, oh no, that's just your anxiety telling you you don't want to interact with, your social anxiety telling you don't want to interact with people. I don't know. But yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool, right? Like, that might be the next project, but I don't know yet. We'll see. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I also, again, I have the idea of like we make a game together. That could also be our next project. But we really do need enough people in chat for that to be a thing. Or basically we come up with an idea, we all throw out suggestions, we vote on the suggestions, then we kind of work on building the mechanics, and anyone can like draw card art and send it in, and then we, you know, whatever the game ends up being, right? Yeah, get like 3 to 5 people in chat at some point. You could do it on good streams. Yeah, exactly. So that's we could do it like when we're having like a really good, like a good day, right? But I don't think it would be something we could do just normally when we have like 1 to 2 people in chat. We need to be about like double the size. Like maybe like 200 followers or something like that. On a good day, you get 7 to 10 people for sure. Yeah, but that's not like that many people interacting, right? We pretty much usually have 2 to 3 people interacting at one time. That's like usually the max. And yeah, you need a big group. Yeah, exactly. And that's also to say, like, not everyone, like, would be participating as well. Some people might just be hanging out, right? Because a lot of times people are just like here to chill, right? Not to actually work on something with me, right? So, yeah. It would need to be a, we need a considerably larger group. And along that lines, like I want to host a game jam, but again, that needs a larger amount of people as well. So we'll keep plugging away. We'll get there eventually, but I think I need to take a quick break because I missed the last break, and I just need to like stand up for a second. Maybe I'll do standing desk in a minute, but give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back, okay?
I'm turning my card-based tabletop
we
role-playing
could be
game into
somewhere.
a
I don't know
fully
how long
fledged
this
deck
video is
builder.
going
That's
for.
right, a role-playing game like Dungeons & Dragons. Saying that you would be to apply each turn, or forgotten which one of your enemies using cards.
I don't know,
Look
maybe
at a game
that.
like Slay the Spire. When you're
Your
affected
deck.
by a status, it's shuffled into your deck, and then when you draw that card, it's applied to you. This is exactly how it works in Soul. Say you're lit on fire. A burn card will be added to your deck, and upon drawing it, you'll take that damage. This way, a player will never forget to apply this status effect when it's on their turn. There may be other ways that these changes help the game, but I just haven't discovered them yet. And I'm excited to see what they may be. Anyway, thanks for watching, and whoa. Hold on, Nathaniel, I hear you say. Didn't you say in your design philosophy video you didn't want a game with heavy mechanics? And isn't a deck builder super mechanically heavy? Not only that, but tabletop RPGs are supposed to allow players to do anything they want. This seems a bit restrictive. And if you are in fact saying that, you would be right. Anyway, thanks for watching, and okay, fine, okay, fine. I'll explain myself. All right. Well, I realize a deck builder is mechanically heavy. At some point, a role-playing game has to be an actual game, like the game part. And I feel in this case, it's worth the risk. It just means I'm gonna have to be even more careful when designing my abilities in such a way to promote roleplay and avoid nitty-gritty mechanics-based abilities. For instance, abilities allow you to draw more cards, or even use abilities for free. Well, a few abilities like this could be good. Allowing players to infinitely draw cards, like a Shiv build in Slay the Spire, might end up being a little bit much. And as for a player not being allowed to do what they want, yeah, that's also true. However, I like to think of this system like the options your character can come up with in any given moment. That being said, I do have some mechanics planned that circumvent this issue rather than me just using a narrative explanation. For one, if a player's not in combat, they can use an ability at any time, allowing diversity in roleplay without any consequences. As for in combat, a player can do what I'm calling a focused draw. This spends a concentration to allow a player to dig through their deck and pick out a specific card. This will allow players the freedom to do what they want, coming at a bit of a cost. However, this unfortunately isn't enough on its own. As suppose a player has 3 concentration and wants to draw a 3-cost card. They're required to spend 1 concentration to focus draw the card, meaning they only have 2 concentration left.
See. There we go. All right, what are we doing? I guess we technically have like half an hour left for stream unless we want to do something else, but hey, I was watching that. If you want to watch more of it, you can go to Beats Creations on YouTube and watch the rest of it. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, I already watched it multiple times on my own. Well, I appreciate that. Which one was that again? Sorry, I can't remember which one that was.
I'm turning my card-based tabletop
But turning my
role-playing
game into
a
a
fully
deck
fledged
builder.
deck.
Yeah.
That's right.
Sorry, not to just spam that at you for whatever. What you doing? Yeah. Luna spotting. I guess we'll just go here. But yeah, that's all the yap I wanted to do. We haven't really gotten much done today. But that's okay. It was kind of just, I'm kind of just here to hang out, really. I'm trying to think if there's what else we want to do today. We got all this done. I mean, we could like play a game of armies on our just by myself. Or we could work on, maybe we just work on an emote or something. I was thinking it'd be fun to have like a little cowboy me doing like a hat tip. I think that would be funny. Like do because we have I wanted to have like a emote. Yeah, okay, I agree. Yeah, because like I said, I mean, I think I've shown this like 5 times now, but where were we? Of course, it takes freaking forever to approve them. Okay, I just need to hold. You a goob and a cowboy hat. We did, so I did this one Friday, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. That's why I keep showing it. It's, again, hasn't improved yet, but I'd like to do another, you know, another thing like that. I was tempted, so we could do one of a few things. We could make the wave better. We've got, oh god, wait, hold. This is not what I wanted. Where was it? This one, I guess. We got the wave. I kind of think it would be better if we like animated it a little bit better. I was thinking like having like a, oh hey, you know, like one of those, rather than just, you know. So we could do that. That's option one. Option two is, yeah, have like a me in a cowboy hat, which I think I even have like I already have kind of a thing where I do that, and I could probably just pretty easily copy it. Where is me in a cowboy hat? This is my song. Let's see. I think it's like the first one. No, it's yeah, we could do like just that, right? Maybe a little bit more animated, but like, is this showing up well? Sorry, it's not in the center. There you go. Just a little, you know, I think that would be fun. I'd probably do it a little bit differently. I think that would be a fun one to do, though. So those are the two main ones I want to do. I had some other ideas. A lot of time I'm like, hold, and we can have like a waiting one. We could do like, Bean said I should do an emote. I don't even know what that would look like. A dyslexic emote. I still don't know what that would mean, but you know, so you guys can point out whenever I'm dyslexic. A leave emote is, we could do, but I got you. True. As I more, we could do something armies related, but it's like whatever. So I think cowboy and fixing the wave are probably the two ones I think are probably the most interesting. I think we only have, how many more animated slots do we have? We have 3 animated slots, plus a standard tier 2 slot. So yeah, I don't know. Let's do something. Let's I think I'm gonna modify the do I want to modify the wave? Or do I want to do the cowboy one? Cowboy one's gonna be more fun. I'd rather do a new one than fix an old one, and then we can fix the old one once we have enough things filled into the slot. I think? I don't know. We probably won't go for much longer anyway, so that's kind of why I was like, maybe we do, No, I changed my mind again. I changed my mind for a millionth time. We're just gonna go in and do the laugh one, because I don't have much time. Not that I couldn't just keep streaming forever, but I don't really want to today, I don't think. Today was kind of just like a little bonus extra bit. I thought it'd be fun to just, you know, hang out with you guys. We'll do a little bit of editing rather than, or fixing up the existing one rather than going crazy. We can close these. What do you use to make your games? So it's a combination of things. I use I draw in Photoshop, and then I use Google Sheets to design all my cards, and then I take all that into Dexterous, which basically takes all that spreadsheet information and puts it into templates that you can make. So you can take your, why is this so small? Whatever, you can take a unlock. There we go. You can take like a template, and then basically it fills in all the information for you, like based on your Google Doc, your spreadsheet. And then yeah, that's basically the process. And then I just export everything into Tabletop Simulator. If you want that link. So basically Dexterous is the answer. And then like, you know, whatever other tools you want to use. Google Sheets is, you don't even need Google Sheets. You can actually just do all the editing here, but I find it nicer to do that. It's there, it's free. At least for a certain number of projects. Once you have a certain amount of storage, it becomes, you know, it costs money, but yeah, it's free, which is amazing. So would highly recommend it. Don't laugh. We want the other one. We want the wave. Eats wave. Thank you, sir. You are welcome. Yeah, super useful program. It's a game changer, really. I would recommend watching, it's been posted a few times in the Discord server, but just to get started, I'd really recommend Dave Jaltama's video. It's just pretty concise and kind of tells you exactly what to do. Or like just the basics of it. I would check out that video. I think I'm gonna reference, I'm trying to decide what image to reference here. I mean, they're all pretty similar, right? Like the little robot. It's close eyes, tilt head, wave. Then he's back. Like that, right? So we just need some extra mouth shapes here. And we're gonna use that as our reference to come up with something good. We need people. We can probably just steal some of these mouth shapes from It's just my neutral mouth. Needs to be way bigger. It's gonna look cursed. You know what the easiest way to do this is? Rather than doing this, let's just import me. Okay. Loading. I didn't mean to do that. We can go to here. Go in here. I do want my hat. I think that'd be... I like having my hat on my characters too. Too small. I mess it up. But well, the scale's right. Just needs to be rotated. How much is the head rotated? None, it says, but I don't believe that. Probably good. Hand needs to go above the hat. Made an account. Nice, perfect. Yeah, no, it's so nice. It's really a game changer. Okay. We go in here, we can grab lip syncing, happy. We want just the neutral one. And then we're also gonna want, I think, the closed eyes. We'll match them up. Oh, this is the wrong one. Like, why does this actually look correct? It should be a different scale, this one. Yo!
Runnerbean36 just cheered 100 bits.
What was that for, Bean? Thank you. I appreciate that. What the heck were those bits for? Why are you being so nice to me? Because I enjoy your streams. Well, thank you, Bean. I enjoy your presence. I also enjoy your streams. Nope. Looks like I have eyelashes right now. Nope, not the head. Eyes. There we go. I don't know what I deserved to, for people to like my streams, but I'm glad they enjoy them. Stare. You see Luna down there? Speaking of Luna, look at the little just pile of fluff down there. Okay, I need to like manage my layers here. Hide. I think it probably starts like. Where's the other unusual ones? Starts like this. Goes, oh hi, you know? An oh hi kind of face. I wonder if any of these are better at displaying what I'm trying to show you. It's probably the best. Okay, the hat is linked, the eyes are linked. Oops. The eyes are linked to the head, the mouths, the eyebrows. All that should be linked to the head. So now if we rotate the head, all that goes with it. You know what I mean? I don't need the expression on this anymore where it cycles because I think I'm just gonna hand animate it now instead of it just repeating 1,000 times. Now it just waves once. It's getting hot in here. Why so warm? It's almost like it's gonna be like 90 degrees out. Clarence is back. Hey, go. Welcome back. All right, we want the head position. We'll do rotation and position. We probably also want to edit the anchor point. We'll probably do that before. The anchor point for the head should be around the back of the neck, so it tips where it's supposed to tip. It's humid AF in the UK. I hate it. Y'all don't have any AC, right? That's what I commonly hear. Nope. Yeah, that sucks. To be fair, like where I used to live, we didn't have AC either. Like in the north. But yeah. So I do know the feeling. I'm trying to decide how I want this. Do we want kind of like a oh hey and then wave, or do we want just kind of like ah? Or I was like, huh? Oh. What are we looking for? Also, I hope you appreciate my dumb expressions. me trying to illustrate myself. Going, hey. Oh, hi. Hi, I'm Paul. Okay, I think the wave needs to be less of like an arc and more of just like a me, right? Not like a, oh hey, hello over there. Hail and well met. We're probably in an ad, aren't we? No, 8 minutes. I'm trying to decide whether if I'm going to be streaming past, you know, how long I'm gonna be streaming for, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Do I have 3 keyframes for this, maybe? One here. No. Oh, I guess I could do this, right? I could do goes back to the I broke it. It goes back to where it was, then goes overshoots. And then we repeat. Maybe this is where we just duplicate this. Command D. I don't know why I say command. I haven't used a Mac in 6,000 years. Yes, I'm 6,000 years old. Not to just dox my, Wait, was that a... Did you gigantify the thing? Doesn't that cost bits? Or is that... Why didn't it notify me? I didn't even notice you gigantified the Luna. Thank you for the additional 30 bits, Bean. Damn, I didn't notice. I'm sorry. I don't know why it didn't tell me. All right, so if you alt-click the expression, it lets you, or the keyframes, it lets you put an expression in. So I can go loop out. Unleash the bald. My hair's getting long. You can actually see I have some stubble here. Not stubble, it's actually kind of like decently long right now. But thank you. It's making it cooler in here. Airing out the old noggin. You can do loop out, bracket, quotations, cycle. Did I do this wrong? I think it's just being dumb. Loop, out, quotations, cycle. There we go. Enter, not enter, tab, or something. There it is. Now we should wait forever. Except this keyframe shouldn't be in there. These ones. I kind of like that wave better. Now we just need to make it like 2 seconds long at most. We just need some like more interesting animations in here. I kind of like the idea that we go to closed eyes instead. And then maybe just yeah, I just think, I don't know, I'm just trying to make it a little bit nicer. I wasn't totally happy with it, and I'm really happy with the last one, so I think making just a smidge more of a fun wave, give it some more personality. It's like one of those things I don't need to do this, but it's like a learning experience, right? Head needs to be not in this position. Maybe, no, maybe we switch this around. Maybe it's a smile first and then it goes. Let's do this the other way around. No, wait, hold on. So that would just be a normal smile and then goes happy face. I like that better. My head is also tilted, or I don't like the position of it. Head. Shoulders, knees, and toes. Two minutes until an ad. We'll probably go through the ad, do like a few more minutes. And then I'll probably raid to someone. Maybe Adonimus if he's still alive. We'll see. Head, shoulders, need some toast. Need some toast. I agree. I do need food. All right, we need to add some more animation onto this, but it's looking good. Aw. Aw for what? How it's looking? Are we liking it? I'm thinking like there needs to be like a little bit of like a, oh hey, you know, like a body rotation. Yo? What's this emote mean? What does mean? 50 yo? Is like, what? Is that what it is? It's a thumbs up. Oh, I see it now. Sorry. I was confused. It's a double thumbs up. Gotcha. I need to update my emotes. Sorry, he's a small boy, but I have no idea what to. I don't know. Why don't you make like your own character? I don't know. I know you've got your little ferret guy. I don't know if that's what you want to be doing, but. And I know you got Crash stuff, and I know you've like, I don't know. I think it's time to make a, well, I don't know, it depends on what you want to do. But you can make your own, like, a new OC if you want to do that. A new avatar. What if we do this? What if we... Let's do like a little bit of... I don't need like half these open. Don't need this open, don't need this open. Don't need this open, don't need this open, don't need this open. Okay. All right, we're doing an ad. I'm gonna take a few second break and then we're going to finish this up. And then we'll call it. I'm turning my card-based tabletop role-playing game into a fully fledged. I have another mechanically heavy. At some point, if a player's not in combat, they can use an ability at any time.
allowing diversity in roleplay without any
Picked up where I left off.
consequences.
Anyway,
As for in combat, a player can do what I'm calling a focused draw. This spends a concentration to allow a player to dig through their deck and pick out a specific card. This will allow players the freedom to do what they want, coming at a bit of a cost. However, this unfortunately isn't enough on its own. As suppose a player has 3 concentration and wants to draw a 3-cost card. They're required to spend 1 concentration to focus draw the card, meaning they only have 2 concentration left. Now, if I allow cards to persist between turns, this might be okay, but I have another mechanic to actually help. This is tentatively called limit breaking. This allows a character to sacrifice a portion of their health to gain more actions. This allows a character to overexert themselves in order to accomplish what they want. In this instance, it's to use a 3-cost card that they wouldn't normally be able to use. This would allow a character to draw a 3-cost card with a focus draw and then still be able to use it. And lastly, are free actions and roleplay actions. Free actions are things characters can do that don't require concentration or a card. This would generally be something like talking to another character, or something potentially that doesn't warrant a full concentration to perform, like turning on a light switch or picking something up. This would generally be based on the GM's discretion though, as is very situation based. And roleplay actions would be actions that do not require a card to perform, but still require concentration. Roleplay actions are exclusive to actions that do not cause any other character direct or even indirect harm. This allows a player to still do cool narrative things, even if they don't have the cards in their hand to do it. These are also sort of necessary, as if you have a party member who's dangling off an edge and you're trying to save them, but don't actually have a basic action in your hand, you can still actually do that. So I think that's everything for real this time. I have plenty of other cool ideas I want to show off to you guys, but it's probably better for another video. Let me know what you think about turning a tabletop RPG into a deck builder. I'd be really curious to hear your opinions and if you have any cool ideas. And on that note, if you want to get involved with the creation of this game, feel free to check out my Discord channel. I'll be sharing stuff like new card designs, and along with having discussions and asking for your input on the game. You can also check out our website, soulrpg.com, if you're looking to play the old version of the game. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.
Waiting turn sucks, and I think it's time we all come to admit that. Like, how many times have you been sitting at a table playing a game and either finding yourself zoning out completely or anxiously hyper-focusing on what you're gonna do the next turn when it finally rolls around, easily losing sight of the bigger picture? And this is the case whether you're playing a board game, tabletop role-playing game, or even a video game. Today I'm specifically focusing on tabletop role-playing games, but this applies pretty much across the board. Yes, that was a board game pun. No, I'm not sorry. Sorry, I'm not. Whatever. But what if I told you I devised a way of making your turns not just bearable, but actually fun? Now I'm gonna tell you about that. So, yeah. One of the things that helped inspire this idea was I was reading through comments on one of my previous videos. I had proposed a slot-based inventory system that ties health and the inventory system directly. As you get hurt, you lose access to those item slots. However, I didn't really have a good way of determining which slot actually got damaged. I had suggested random chance by rolling some dice, or maybe allowing the attacker to target specific slots. But a few comments suggested that instead, why not let the defender choose? And I don't know why this didn't occur to me before, but it's brilliant. It's like improv as a game mechanic, the yes and of combat. Role-playing games like D&D, Pathfinder, what have you, all pretty much rely on improv to tell a good story. A good game master will consider the core principles of improv.
Okay,
Yes and, yes but.
If you're enjoying the video, check it out on Beats Creations on YouTube. Bean, why don't you draw like your own character in the like Crash style? That's my thought for you. Take that idea, take it or leave it, you know? Maybe. Gee, I don't want to do this. There you go. Maybe. In my style, yes. Do it in Clarence's style. Maybe. Bean, I have a great option for you. You ready?
What do you think? Thoughts? Kind of reaching a point where I'm not enjoying art anymore. I feel like that happens. First of all, I know that feeling. You also do it a lot. Like, you draw all the frickin' time. At least, like, from what I see. But as one artist to another, I don't believe you. Love it. Feel free to use that if you really want to. But yeah, I do get the feeling though. I know it is hard to. Art can end up being, damn it, did I really do this? Okay, we do it the other way around. Sorry, don't mind me. Maybe I do this. Yeah, it can be, art can be, you can definitely get burnout and stuff when doing art, for sure. No. I do know the feeling, and maybe you're right. Maybe you're just not liking art, but I also kind of, like I said, I've been there where it's like, is this even what I want to be doing right now? Do I even like this? That's how I feel about like video editing a lot. Granted, video editing isn't like something I'm like super passionate about, but I really do like doing like VFX stuff or like animations and stuff like that. But sometimes it's freaking exhausting, you know? I think we need some like in-between frames here. I think mostly with the head. But yeah, I mean, I'm sorry to hear that you're not enjoying art right now. It can definitely be tough. I don't know how to do this. I'm thinking like having the head lean back a bit, but maybe we just go back to the open eyes. It needs like a little something more, and I don't know what that is yet. So we're gonna try some stuff out until we're happy with it. That's the hat, not the eyes. Kind of feeling the same way about streaming too. I'm sorry, dude. Maybe we just need a break from it, you know? That can always help. That's not it. I would say you sound maybe burnt out to me. As my expert diagnosis. trying to think, like, maybe the whole body wiggles a little bit. Maybe do a little bit of a wiggle. Probably should be on the same keyframes as the wave though, because like the body should maybe go with the wave a little bit, maybe. That's gonna be weird. No, that's not it. I'm losing my words now. They're gone. I'm no longer talking. It's too jiggly. It's too powerful. Maybe do it slower. I've pooped the party. No, you haven't. You're good, dude. I'm just tired at this point, but I want to finish this before I'm done streaming. That kind of works. It's on the right track, at least. There's like a pixel of... There we go. It kind of works, but I think it's not quite right. What if the head isn't... I think if we did this, but the head is on like a different rotation. No, you've not pooped the party, my bean. You're, it's fine. You're allowed to feel, you know, whatever, however you feel. You're entitled to your feelings, believe it or not. And I think you'll get there. You'll figure whatever it is you need to figure out, you know? Oh, it doesn't work, does it? That doesn't work. That doesn't work. I really like to hand animate this.
Or alternatively, I can pre-compose everything. There's a time and a place. Yeah, I'm sure I will. I just too tired lately. I'm napping twice a day, sleeping way longer than usual, but somehow I'm still exhausted. I do understand that, dude. I mean, I know you said that like some of your work stuff hasn't been how you wanted it to be going. And I don't know if that has to do with any of it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not always good at advice, if I'm being honest. A lot of it is always like I'm not good at like figuring out what to say in the moment, right? I usually like think of something. Like when you asked me the other day, like, what is your wisdom? And I'm like, I have no clue. I do not know. And then like I thought about it and I'm like, there's plenty of things I could have said. No idea, my friend. I want to crawl under a rock. Well, I get that. I would say just take a break. Honestly, I think that's my biggest advice I can give. Because if something is not enjoyable, like why force it, right? Sorry, this does not work. Why does it do that, though? It's fine until it gets to, like, here, where it just starts pivoting weirdly. No, we're just not doing that. Let's hope we can go back far enough. Want to have an active project rather than drawing random shit, so I decided to start making my own puzzle book. But because of my ADHD, I've just know it ain't getting finished. I mean, that's probably okay though, right? I mean, I think an unfinished project is not a bad thing. Just keep in mind that like when you finish a project or when you don't finish a project, right? Like the stuff that you made for previous projects can be used for things going forward, right? It bothers me deeply. Don't think of it like it's everything you do is going to waste if you make a bunch of stuff that doesn't end up being used, right? Like I'll show you an example. And you can tell me if this looks familiar to you. I've maybe shown this before, but do these creatures look familiar to you? They're in armies against entropy? That's right. This is one of my
this is my old comic, right? And when I was working on stuff, when I was working on armies, I was like, these are, I can reuse these, and I took these and I put them in armies. So it's like, if you start working on something and you don't finish it, it doesn't mean that like art or stuff that you've created isn't going to be usable for something else. So you're working towards something, but that something might not always be the thing that you've decided that you're working on, right? Like that thing might change, but you can still use those assets and the stuff that you created for future endeavors, right? Future things. So hopefully that's helpful. I don't know. This isn't quite working for me. I like the idea of the whole body having some motion, but I just don't know exactly what that motion should be. And hey, if you ever have like, if you're stuck on your project or you're not finished with it or whatever, you could always run stuff by me, because we do that kind of thing here, believe it or not. You're smart bean. I try at least. It's skipping, which I think is because it needs to go back to here. Why is there like a frame? That's why. I'm like, there's a frame of him like out of whatever. I got the same problem, Bean. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I mean, you can just reuse your stuff. It's like, you're not plagiarizing yourself. Your stuff can be used for other stuff. Obviously, you might have different styles with different things you do. But, you know, think of it more as everything you do is working toward something, rather than each individual thing being compartmentalized as its own thing. Like, even just drawing, right? Like, yeah, it might be its own individual thing, but at least that thing can be, you know, part of a bigger whole. I have a ton of different projects to work on when I lose focus, etc. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that too, like, having a project does help you keep you focused, because what you can do is you can just pivot between different parts on the project. You know, you might be like, okay, well, you know, I'm creating my card game and, you know, I'm bored of drawing this warrior, so I'm gonna go draw this merchant instead. And then you can at least be distracted within your own project rather than, you know, focusing on whatever. I don't have ADHD, so I can't really, you know, I can't really say, but, you know, hopefully that's something. The amount of incomplete drawings I have is ridiculous. I think the last thing I actually finished was the burger. Did you finish the stone golem looking guy from Crash?
it looked done, but I don't know if you finished it. But that's just because your rendering was insane. Okay, we have another singular frame that's... I don't know. Is the extra motion good? Or maybe it wasn't Crash. It was Ratchet and Clank. I don't know. What were you doing? It was like a stone guy and like a robot or something. I don't know. You're drawing the background for forever. I don't know. It was Ratchet and Clank, not Crash, right? It must have been. I don't know. I don't know anything. I feel like the head needs just like a little bit. I don't know how to do this. Okay, Quark? Yeah. I didn't finish it in a digital bin somewhere, LMAO. Yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't, and like, I don't know. One of my friends is pretty ADHD, and she found that, you know, doing like making videos on it has helped to like get the stuff out, you know, like having a whatever. Obviously that's just more work, so it's like up to you, but finding a way to finish projects, I don't know if that's like what's making, like, if that's makes you feel more upset, but you don't have to have the answers. I spent 28 years trying to find it, LMAO. Yeah, I know, but I like to at least pretend to be helpful. Do we like the extra motion here, or is it just kind of weird? It almost feels like it should be reversed, but right, I'm off. Can't be at the computer any longer. No, I feel it, dude. I'm kind of the same. I don't know. I'm kind of just sitting here looking at this, trying to figure it out. But I'm kind of feeling a little brain dead. This might be it. Gonna go for a nice walk. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, no problem, dude. I probably will have to do the same once you're done. Once I'm done. What am I talking about? See, I'm losing it. Okay, the head needs to move, but it needs to move like slightly differently than the other one. I'm trying to see if I can actually do a looped thing here, but I don't know if I can. No, I can. We do this. We take the original and go like this. No, I'm gonna have to duplicate frickin' everything. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe this works. I don't know. And then we do... Oh wait, no, if I delete this, it's just gonna mess up, right? Maybe? We just need a subtle head movement. Position, rotation. Oh, maybe it does mess. I don't know. Who's to say, really? Yeah, it doesn't work. Oh, sad. Yeah, my brain's fried. What if we just do it like a really, really subtle whatever? I might have to be done. Mid balance, sorry for bringing the energy down. See you later. No, dude, you didn't bring the energy down. I'm just tired. That's literally all it is. I need food. I haven't really eaten lunch, so you're good, dude. Don't even worry about it. I'm just sorry I can't help more. Hopefully the stream has been nice to hang out at the very least. Yeah, we're just gonna be done for now. I think I need to be done. My brain's fried. Let's just find someone to raid. You're done? No, I'm done with the stream. I didn't finish the animation, but my brain's cooked at this point. I need food. This is supposed to be a little extra stream anyway. It's not really even you know, anything, so it was kind of just hanging out. So I think we're going to find someone to raid at this point. I need to eat. Feel bad because Anonymous was streaming. I would have raided him, but we unfortunately went longer than I meant to. It's okay though. If anyone has any recommendations, I would be down for that. Otherwise, I will find somebody. Somebody to raid. We could potentially see if we can find any TCG people again. The chances of us getting lucky and finding 2 people in a row are slim, but We don't find many TTRPG, not TTRPG, TCG makers around. Or TTRPGs, but... I might just raid someone we know. I'm too sleepy. Give me 4 more seconds, then we'll choose someone. That's not in English. Yeah, we're not seeing anyone. Let's raid. Oh, I don't know. Smaller or similar sized? Ain't no one. Same category. It's funny because I was in art. Well, I guess I was kind of doing art. Half of it wasn't, though. Half of it was just yap. There's some interesting stuff out there, I'll tell you what. Yeah, screw it. We're gonna we just raid a random artist. Nah, we're just gonna do something we already know. Except it's not working. Why is it not working? Is anyone still here with me just fumbling through everything? Probably not. Yeah, let's do let's just raid Corvino, I think. YOLO, right? Why not? Some game dev stuff. We're just gonna do that. Couldn't find any card game people, but this will be cool enough. All right, y'all. I'm tired. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you all tomorrow, actually, right? It's Monday. It was fun. Hopefully, we can come up with something to do tomorrow. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. Y'all have a good day, and peace.